Okay, folks. We have to go take a look at the China Quad. But in the meantime, it's a little past 5:15, May 6th, Tuesday, 17 and change degrees Celsius. My batteries don't have the sun on them, so they're not completely charged. 65 degrees still. This video is basically about the China Quad, but while I'm walking you guys there, I might as well fill you in on another few things. At work, they're throwing around a transition to retirement program. Basically, between now and when you retire, and you have to retire by December 31st, 2005, you can work 2/3 of your schedule and they will pay you for 3/4 of your schedule. So basically, you will suffer a 25% loss in pay, though you suffer a 33 1/3% loss in work, and you have to guarantee them you'll be out by the end of 2015, December 31st, 2015. So they're offering that. If there's a layoff, supposedly you will not get laid off. I haven't seen the paperwork. I haven't been into work yet. I'm just getting phone calls on it. So supposedly if there's a layoff, you will not be laid off if you're on this transition. If the division I'm in is sold, all rules are off. You could be sold, you could be fired, you could be anything you want because the new company now owns you. You've been sold. So, anyway, I don't know. I have to go into work and talk to my boss about it and see what makes the most sense. And you have to apply for the transitional program. Just because you want it doesn't mean they're going to give it to you, right? Kind of like a fussy girlfriend. So, there's work. About my son, he managed to get that house out in York, Pennsylvania. They were asking $239 for it. They reduced it to $219,900. They went back and forth a few times, and he managed to get it for $204,500, I think it was. So he has the house, and he closes in just 2 weeks, a week from Friday. So very quick deal. I guess cash works like that. So he set himself up well. It's nice that he has rich future in-laws or whatever they are. So this guy, I don't know if you guys could see in there, if it's too dark. What I'm trying to show you, I don't know if that's going to help or make it worse. What I'm trying to show you, yeah, I think that's coming out pretty good. What's wrong with this thing is the brushes are cooked. The armature looks okay, but it looks like the brushes are cooked. So, to get the starter loose, you take off these Phillips heads. There's 3 of them, right? To dismount the starter, there are these 4 8mm. But the problem is, I don't know if you guys could see it, though it moves around real nice, won't come out, won't come loose. I know I still have this wire on it, but that's not what's holding me back. So I don't know. It feels like maybe there's a gear in there that's too big to come loose. So now I got to take this cover off, but before I can take this cover off, I got to take the plastic off. So these China quads will teach you some profanity, right? Not that I need help learning profanity, but it's a pest, to say the least. I don't know, could you guys see it there? You can kind of see the starter. So yeah, I'm wiggling it and shaking it and mumbling at it, and it's calling me a jerk. It's almost, I mean, I got it to come out part way, and then even I can't even, oh, wait a minute, this case is coming apart. Good. So all I have to do is take off that wire, and I should be able to get this apart, and once I get this apart, I can take it in and figure out what it looks like and consult with eBay and hopefully be able to get parts for it. I'm trying to show you guys things, but anyhow. So, changing the starter on a China quad. We'll see if we can find one for it that I'm not sure is going to work out. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll just take this one piece inside, and from that I could see basically the shape for it and all, and then I could go forward. Alright guys, well, thanks for helping. It wouldn't come apart until you guys came out to visit with me, so that's all good. You have to put things away and make a phone call, because I got to call into work and find out if I go into work tomorrow. That's a real joy. Gotta love it. And I have to find out if there's any other news about this retirement transition thing, so welcome to my world. One of you guys wrote in about this. I was pulling this wire out, thinking it was hot, and touching it to the case and showing you guys how well the GFI worked. It appears, if that's true, then this should kick off the GFI, and it's not. So I have to get in here and see if this thing was wired right. I'm beginning to think it wasn't, because, I mean, check this out. Right? That pops the GFI. So I'm beginning to think this thing might not be wired correctly. That's why when I go to test the GFI, the tester isn't working. I can reset it, but I can't get the tester to work. Well, if it's not wired right, the test won't work. So that makes sense. So I have to spend a few minutes in there. Thanks. I don't recall who told me that. I don't know if it's Joseph or who it was. Sorry, I don't remember names. I'm really sorry about that. So thank you for telling me about that. I'm going to have to open that up and see what they did in there. That was a flea market deal. I don't know, $1, $5, something like that. So I bought it and put it into use. And just for a laugh, I wanted to test the GFI, and it seemed to work. So I'm like, oh, cool, the GFI works. But if it's not working properly, you know, homie could get hit, and I don't really like getting juiced all that much. It doesn't do much for me. All right, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the info. The guy with the GFI is helpful, you know, for, you know, all the info I get, all the input I get. Even the input I've got on this thing, though I haven't messed with it this week. I'll be back to it hopefully for next week, and I have some pretty good ideas how I'm going to reinforce it. What I'm going to do is basically slide those two. I'm going to take it apart, cut the center loose, slide those two over it, which is going to double the thickness of the side rails, and I'm also going to put an angle iron on the inside, which will also dramatically improve it. And I think I'm going to put an angle iron on the outside, so there'll be angle irons on both sides of it. That being the case, I've more or less tripled the strength of the base. Not only that, I'm going to set this up when I put the angle iron on it, there, right there, that this is basically bracketed. So basically I have a lot of cutting to do, and that's dirty, so I just now that I made myself a little bit more space, and I even have space so I could get out that door, and I can even get out this door. I moved the big red, so now I can move and think and breathe, and just I even have space to pace now. Folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the input I get. I do appreciate that. And though it may not seem that I take the advice, generally speaking, I listen to all the advice and I take a lot of it. And even to go a step further, you might give me advice for one project and it might not look like I'm listening and taking it, but then I'll use it on another project. So please, I'll take what I could get. So, yep, there we are. Okay, folks, bye now. Remember, keep your feet down, your head up, and we'll see you all soon.